Hello everyone, it's Fionn and welcome back to my channel, Croeso I fy sianel. I hope you're all very well. Bookmas has died a bit of a death on me. I went away for the weekend last weekend and I wasn't able to schedule any videos to go up while I was away. And then I honestly just lost my mojo. I got back and then this week I've been in work every day and then doing something every evening, so it's just not happened. But I'm back today and what I'm going to be doing is watching back my first video of this year, which was my 2025 TBR, and seeing how many of the books I read. I will say I did not make this video with the intention of these weren't necessarily books that I was planning to read this year. It's just my entire physical TBR as I took it into the new year. I hope that makes sense. I think it does. So let's watch it. I have it on my laptop here. What a nice, lovely little intro. I'm not going to lie, I look great in that video. My hair, my makeup. Go me. I remember being so sweaty filming this because it's one of the first ones I did with Ben in the house and I was feeling a bit shy, even though he was not in the same room, but there we go. So I mentioned that I was feeling a bit conflicted about what I wanted to do. Did I want to focus more on cutting down the physical TBR, or not cutting it down but working through ones I already had, or picking up books that I knew that I predicted I was going to really enjoy? And I feel like I did a good bit of both this year, so I'm happy with that. So the first book is Alice and the Fly by James Royce. No, I have not read this. However, I recently did my winter TBR with my TBR prompts, and one of the prompts I pulled out was the first book I mentioned in this year's TBR video that I haven't read yet. And obviously this being the first one on that video, and I haven't read it, that had to go straight onto that list. So I will be reading this by the end of February at the latest. Probably not going to be this side of the new year, but stranger things have happened. But yeah, in the next couple of months I should be getting to this one. And I think I might put that prompt back in for next year just because I think it's fun. I definitely think I'll do another one of these probably as my first video for next year. But let's move on. Oops, oh no. Yay, got to the first one I read. So I mentioned Let It Be Morning by Saeed Kashwa. I have not read that, but then the next one was How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Cherie Jones, and I have in fact read that one. Against the Loveless World by Susan Applehour. Yes, I have read Against the Loveless World. I'm hoping you can hear this. The Lost Family by Jenna Bloom. No, I have not read. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Yes, I have, and I think I really liked it. Oryx and Craig by Margaret Atwood. I haven't read, but will be reading soon in an upcoming reading vlog. And then I have the other two books in that trilogy. Obviously haven't read either of those yet either. But they are The Year of the Flood and Mad Adam. So let's skip ahead a bit. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Yes, I did read. That's one of the two Celeste Ng books I had, and that's the one I read. One Day by David Nichols. No, I didn't, and it was my poll winner one month, I think in July, and I'm usually really good at getting to my poll winner, but it just didn't happen that time. I think so far that's the only one I've missed, at least this year, but it's not looking wonderful for December. I will mention that. The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. No, I haven't read it for the exact same reasons I mentioned in that video and all the other times I've spoken about it since. Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. I started to read and DNF'd. I did not like it. The Guilty Feminist by Deborah Francis White. How long have I had this book? Have I read it yet? No. The Barbie Girls War by Joanna Bell. No, I haven't read it. My sister got... Oh, I should have been counting. Should I get a pen and paper? I think I'm gonna get a pen and paper and note this down. BRB, I'm back. I'm sure the lighting, no, that's not what I was meant to say. I just caught a glimpse of myself in a mirror and my hair is just still not dry, but I've been waiting for hours and it's already pitch black outside. I just wanted to get this done, so here we are. That's what I was gonna say. After that, I'm sure the lighting is terrible for that reason, but it's winter. What are we supposed to do? Red, not red. Let me just catch up. Okay, we're up to date. Without realising it. The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. No, I was excited about this one, but I haven't actually picked it up. I think I got it for Christmas last year. So maybe I'll get to it soon. I literally could say that about any of these. It's something that I just shouldn't bother saying. What You're Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. Yes, I have read this one and I thought it was lovely. The Queen's Gambit by Walter Tevis. The Queen's Gambit by Walter Tevis. No, I haven't. Also, I for a really long time thought it was Walter Tevis, which is what I just said in that video. There's no R, so I don't know if it's Tevis or Tavis, but it's definitely not Travis. But either way, I haven't read it. For real though, the font makes such a huge difference to the reading experience. Northwards by Daniel Mason. Yes, I have read. The Simple Wilds by K.A. Tucker. No. Of Woman and Salt by... Hang on. Of Women and Salt by Gabriela Garcia. No, and I feel that's another one I've had for such a long time. But All In and Babbler by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which are the third and fourth books in the Natural series. I did read both of those and complete the series this year. The Time Between Us by Marina McCarran. No. Wanderers by Kerry Andrews. No. Holy Island by L.J. Ross. Yes, that was a long time ago, back in January, but I did read it. But then Turning Point by Danielle Steele. No. Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Y. Davis. Yes, I have read. It took me forever. Small Worlds by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I have also read. I love getting a few in a row. Blood and Sand by Frank. Streaks Over. Blood and Sand by Frank Gardner. No, I haven't read. Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. Yes. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng is a no. Oh, that was another poll winner. That was November. So what I said before was wrong. Yeah, I didn't get to this one either. The rest of the Harry Potter series, at this point I'd read books 1 and 2. This year I've read 3 and 4. With 4... That was 4, right? 4 definitely being my favourite so far. So I've still got 5, 6 and 7 left. And I wasn't lying, these are big books. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I read another 2. The Letters by Fiona Robin. No, I haven't read. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I started in January and DNF'd. But that counts because it's not on the TBR anymore. Shared bookshelf. The Martian by Andy Weir and Endurance by Alfred Lansing are both Ben's books, as I said in this video. I haven't read either of them yet, but I'm laughing because I said, these are Ben's books, but they live on our shared bookshelf. It's my bookshelf bin. I've never been against him adding the books on there, but he just doesn't read as much as me. So that made me laugh. I did go on to say the vast majority of the books are mine, but it's funny that I still called it our shared bookshelf. But we do share it, but these his, but he's happy for me to read them. Factfulness by Hans Rosling, I have not read. Another one I've had for a really long time. You Made a Fool of Death by Akwaeke Maisie and Angels by Marian Keyes. 2 DNFs. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, very recent. That was a November or maybe even December. No, I'm pretty sure it was November. Yeah, that was a no, but it still counts as read. And Angels was February, I think. Definite no from me. However, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes was a 5-star read. I loved it. And Book Lovers by Emily Henry I have also read. And the next one I mentioned is After You by Jojo Moyes, which goes in the Me Before You series, and I've read that one as well. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Read it and absolutely loved it. Probably my favourite book of the year. It's definitely up there. And then In Memoriam by Alice Wayne, I have not read yet. All That Remains by Sue Black. All That Remains by Sue Black. No, I haven't read it yet. You can always rely on me to get excited by good floppiness in books though. Night Heron by Adam Brooks. Night Heron by Adam Brooks. This book is haunting me. No, I still haven't read it, okay. Reptile Memoirs by Celia Ilston, I have read. And boy, was that book so weird. But I actually really enjoyed it, but it was weird. The Miseducation of Evie Epworth by Matson Taylor, I have read. The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, I recently picked up, but quite quickly DNF'd. Black Book by Matteo Ascaripour, I think I DNF'd even faster. That was quite early. I want to say that was like August or September time. Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kwang, I did read. 5 Marshall Lerner books. I've read 0 this year. I had bought 6 originally and I read the first one during Bookmas last year, and then I haven't touched any of the others since. Homecoming by Luan Goldie I did read this year. Secrets of the Lighthouse by Santa Montefiore, I'm pretty sure I DNF'd. Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland, no, still no. We the Survivors by Tash Orr, yes I did read. The Way to the Spring by Ben Ehrenreich, no, I still have not read. The Rapture by Claire McGlasson, I started recently and DNF'd. An Excellent Choice by Emma Brox, still a no. Kismet by Luke Tredget, yes.
The lowest rated book on my physical TBR, so although that might be a reason to read it. Confident Women by Tori Telfer.
That was a reason to read it because I knew I wanted to put that in a reading vlog, and that's exactly what I did. Wait, did I tick it off? I think I did. Confident Women by Tori Telfer, no. Another book that's haunting me. Disability Visibility by Alice Wong. I've said it so many times, I'm going to read this soon, I'm going to read this, I'm really excited to read it, and then... Have I read it? No, I haven't.
Estoril by Dejan Tiago Stankovic.
Estoril by Dejan Tiago Stankovic, no. Bit of a theme here, isn't there? The Beautiful Visit, The Beautiful Visit and Something in Disguise by Elizabeth Jane Howard. What do I do for this? I started one and DNF'd it, so that's an easy yes. But at that point I decided this writing isn't for me, this book isn't for me, because it was a bind up of both the books in one copy. I just wanted to get rid of it. So did I read the second one or not? What do we say about that? This is the only time I've ever unhauled a book without reading it, so I'm kind of at a loss as to which category to put that in. The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street by Helena Hav, yes. Sweet Little Lies by Jill Chavez, yes. And Very Fast DNF, terrible.
So that's my physical TBR as...
The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, my only 1-star read of the year. And I'll tell you why. I should have DNF'd this book, but everybody loves it so much that I was holding on for a redeeming factor that just, for me, it never came. I'm not saying it's a bad book because I know I'm in the absolute minority, but it was not for me. But still, yes.
I'm feeling really good about my reading this year. I think.
Aww. You could tell I'd been home for Christmas because my voice sounds way Welsh in that video.
Spend more time reading, less time scrolling this year.
More time reading, less time scrolling. I think I did well at this in the beginning, but recently I have been just dooming, it feels like, constantly. I have a social media limit on my phone of 45 minutes. I feel like I just hit it all the time and I just sit on the sofa and it does not make me feel good. It's actually started to actively make me feel bad now. So that might be helpful in helping me to stop doing it. But yeah, that is something that I need to get back to work on because it's no good. I'm so cute. Okay, it's also nice how much better I feel doing this now. I still feel awkward about it sometimes, but nowhere near as awkward as I know I felt doing that. So in that video I mentioned 75 books. One of them I unhauled without reading, but of those 75 I read 36, which is not really enough, is it? And 38 remain on the TBR. So actually it's like almost an even 50-50 split. I have done a bit better at just DNFing recently. I mean, I've never been bad at it, but what I am bad at is unhauling books without trying them, because I just feel like there's so many books that I didn't know if I was gonna love and then I did. So I don't want to remove the opportunity of that happening by getting rid of a book just because I don't think it's gonna be for me. So then I start it and then end up DNF it pretty quickly. Not always, but at least I've given it a chance, right? However, I did also every month keep track of new additions to my TBR. And I made a note of this. Can I see it on my laptop or is it only on my phone? Oh, there it is. January, I added no new books. February, I added 3 and I read them all at some point during the year. March, I added 4 and I've read 2 of them. April, I added The Dig. No, April, I added 2, one of which was The Dig, and I've read them both. May, I added 13. In May, I went to 66 books. Had a wonderful time. I got 11 books there. I'd got 2 earlier in the month, but I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those 13, so I did pretty good on that. June I didn't get any new books. In July I got 8. July is my birthday month, so most of these, 5 of them were birthday presents. 3 I just got because I was out and about, and then I ended up in a Waterstones, and then I wanted them. But out of those 8, I have read 1, 2, 3, 4. August I got no new books. September I got 1 and I read it the same day I bought it. October I got 4 and I've read 1. In November I got 3 and I read them all because I got them for a very specific reason, so that was good news. December, so far I've got 0, but I predict I will get a couple of books for Christmas, so that number obviously won't be 0 if that happens. So in total I added 38 new books to my TBR this year, which is pretty similar to both sets of numbers we had on this list, the read and the unread. So I'm happy with that. I don't really feel like I've gone crazy this year. And out of those 38, I have read 25 of them. So I definitely feel I'm doing better at only getting books that I actually want to pick up soon. Yeah, still have a bit of work to do on that. But what I do really want to do is get through some of these long-standing members of my TBR soon, because there's obviously a reason I'm not reaching for them, so I need to just try them and then move on from them, right? And some of them will hopefully pleasantly surprise me. Some of them I'm sure the reason I've been putting them off has been legit and they're not for me. That's fine, but then they may as well go and make someone else happy. I don't need them. And then I can have a whole set of books on my TBR that I'm actually excited to read, which is what we all want, right? So that is the end of that. Thank you so much for watching. I am sorry about the major, I was going to say diversion, but no, it was just a black hole for this week of Bookmas. It hasn't gone the way I wanted it to, but I did say at the beginning of Bookmas, not this video, I'm not going to run myself into the ground trying to achieve the 24 videos. I'll just do what I can do, and that is what I've done, so it's whatever. But what? Let me know, how have you done with your TBR this year? Did you just hear my stomach? And I will see you next time. Bye.